Hey there, let's test your level of English and see how comfortable you are talking about a common topic, your daily routine. I'll offer models at different levels and highlight ways of increasing the complexity. You can then challenge yourself and use all that you know to talk about what you do every day. The CEFR levels A1 through C2 are a way for us to refer to language proficiency. It's a common framework. It helps us generally agree on what proficiency means, but you don't have to get too caught up with levels. Tests are useful, but sometimes they can make us feel bad and hurt our confidence. I want this lesson to help you discover what you know, what you're capable of, and show you where you're headed in your language learning journey. I'm Jennifer from English with Jennifer. Some of you know that I don't like to wake up very early. I wake up around 7 or 8. I exercise and get dressed. I have breakfast and start my day. I walk with my dog and work. I also study some Spanish and Russian in the morning. I eat lunch around noon and I return to my computer and work. I like to play the piano before or after dinner. In the evening, I watch TV or read. I go to bed by 11. I know all of you can describe your day in a similar way with simple sentences and basic vocabulary. A2 learners can more easily use adverbs of frequency like usually and other time markers. They have more confidence with verb forms and can more easily join ideas together with common conjunctions like so, but, or, because. On weekdays, it's not easy to wake up, so I need an alarm. I always get up by 8. I exercise a little and then get dressed. After breakfast, I start my day. I usually study some Spanish or Russian in the morning. I also enjoy taking walks with my dog. Lunchtime is around noon, and then I do more work at my computer. I also like to play the piano before or after dinner. In the evening, I'm usually free, so I watch TV or read. I almost always go to sleep by 11, but I stay up later on the weekend. Starting at the B1 level, you're building your confidence with more complex sentences, like conditionals with if. You're moving beyond the most common phrasal verbs like get up and wake up. You've built enough vocabulary to add more details. As we move from level to level, take note of any new words or expressions. You can learn to use them too. On weekdays, I need an alarm to wake up. I often hit the snooze button, but I'm always up by 8. When I don't need to rush, I may stay in bed and do a short meditation. Then I exercise a little. It's not a workout, but I stretch. Later, I get dressed. While I do my hair and makeup, I may watch a YouTube video. For breakfast, I eat yogurt with fresh fruit. I can't start my day without hot herbal tea. During the day, I enjoy taking walks with my dog because this is good for both of us. I also make time for Spanish and Russian. What else? I like to play the piano before or after dinner. If I'm free in the evening, I watch TV or read, but occasionally I have to work. I stayed up later when I was younger, but now I go to bed by 11. On weekends, I may stay up until midnight. I haven't stayed up all night in a long time. By B2, you've seen all the modal verbs and conditional sentence patterns, though you still may have some doubts. You've gained enough confidence to use a good number of phrasal verbs and idiomatic expressions in your speech. You're comfortable with relative clauses, using who, which, and that, and you have a growing awareness of collocations, that is, common word combinations. As a result, your speech sounds more natural. I'm not an early bird, so I rely on an alarm to wake up on weekdays. I often hit the snooze button at least once, but I'm always up by 8. When I'm not in a rush, I may stay in bed and do a short meditation. I like to start the day with light stretches. Then I get dressed and do my hair and makeup while listening to a motivational video on YouTube. I prefer a light breakfast, which usually consists of plain yogurt with fresh fruit. Hot herbal tea is a must. After breakfast, I take the first of 2 or 3 walks with my dog. Walking helps me stay focused and energized. What else? I try to stay committed to my language studies, so I make time for Spanish and Russian. I also find time to play the piano before or after dinner. Once or twice a week, I may have to work in the evening, but I'm generally free, so I might watch a bit of TV or pick up a book. When I was younger, I used to stay up late, but my habits have changed. Now I hit the sack by 11. I need 7 to 8 hours to function. Weekends are the exception. I may stay up to midnight or even 1. At the C1 level, you've studied complex grammar like participial phrases using ing and ed verbs, and you can use structures to create emphasis like cleft sentences. You're able to use this grammar with a high degree of comfort and accuracy. Your command of general and academic words is strong, but still growing. You also possess good familiarity with idioms, including phrasal verbs and their multiple meanings. You're able to use more sophisticated sequence markers and transitions. I'm not exactly a morning person, and I never get up at the crack of dawn if I don't have to. I rely on an alarm to wake up on weekdays. The snooze button is my friend. I use it at least once, but it's rare for me to lie in bed past 8. I'd say 7 or 7:30 is more the norm. When I'm not in a rush, I may decide to stay in bed and do a short meditation. In any case, I like to start the day with light stretches. Then I get dressed, and I do my hair and makeup while listening to a motivational video on YouTube or Mind Valley. That's a personal growth app I subscribe to. I prefer a light breakfast, which usually consists of plain yogurt with fresh fruit. Hot herbal tea is a must. After breakfast, I take the first of 2 or 3 walks with my dog. These walks are what help me stay focused and energized. What else? I try to stay committed to my language studies, so I make time for Spanish and Russian. I can also usually manage to find time to play the piano before or after dinner. A couple of times a week, I may have some lessons scheduled in the evening, but I'm generally free then, and I'll often indulge in a movie or a good book. What I'm really into is personal growth, so that's mostly what I read about now. I admit that when I was younger, I'd stay up into the wee hours, but my habits have since changed. Now I call it a night by 10, and I'm out by 11. Sleep is a priority. I need 7 to 8 hours to be at the top of my game. Weekends are the exception. I may stay up to midnight or even 1, but then I have the luxury of sleeping in. I may not roll out of bed till 9 on a Saturday or Sunday. So what about your day? Do you want to tell me about it? You can share your daily routine in the comments. Challenge yourself. Use some of the new expressions with the grammar you already know. We'll end here. Please like and share the video if you found the lesson useful. Remember to subscribe and please follow me on social media. As always, thanks for watching and happy studies.